Finally, it's finished. Well, almost. But I'm quite excited. So today I'm going to be giving you a tour of my garden. It is almost finished. All 7 raised beds are built. All of them have covers, and there are 3 that I need to finish the covers for them. So let's give you a tour. So this over here is the first raised bed. There is the other one. So if you notice, this section of the bed is open because I'm going to be putting on a screen on there so that the plants can get air, and so that when it rains the plants can get water, so I don't have to water them. So that is the plan. And then I'm going to be cutting a little opening right here so that, well, pollinators can get in. So let's look at the first bed. This bed contains all my Scotch bonnet peppers and 1 balm chili pepper. So this is my Scotch bonnet bed. I had tons of potatoes just growing in here, volunteers, and all these pumpkins that you see, they are all volunteers. They are just popping up all over the place, so I'm not sure if the soil that I purchased had pumpkin seeds in there, but anyway, I'm gonna keep them. So this is my Scotch bonnet bed, and I'm going to be putting some okras in here and possibly some carrots. Okay, so for the second bed, and don't mind the mess on the ground, I am in the process of building, and I have to do that when I get home from work. Don't have a lot of time, so the focus is on getting the raised beds built, and then after that I can focus on cleaning up. So this is the second bed, and these are all Scotch bonnet peppers. I'm not sure what that is or why that one is over there. That is out of place because that is definitely not a Scotch bonnet based on the shape of the leaves. Scotch bonnet pepper leaves tend to look more somewhat of a heart shape. See, like that. And these peppers were struggling because I did not come down here the last 2 days and they didn't have any water, and I just transplanted them. Okay, so in this area here, all of this damp area that you're looking at, I have amaranth, or callaloo as we call it in Jamaica. This is the screen that is going to be going up in the opening right there. Okay, and in these containers I have my gingers. I just potted those. And over here are my red and yellow long sweet peppers purchased. Okay, let's move over to the second bed. This one is not finished because, as you can see, I am in the process of putting up the plastic. I'm going to be leaving this one open, and you see how high it is. This is for my corns, and those are germinating. So let's see. Yes, so my corns are germinating. I have broad beans in here, but I don't know if they are going to germinate. I hope they do. They're store-bought broad beans, so we'll see what happens with those. This is the 4th bed, and I have cucumbers that I sow over there, and everything else in here is potatoes, and I'm not sure what else I'm going to be putting in here, but these are all potatoes, and all of these are volunteers that I took out from the first bed that I showed you. And over here, these are my brassicas, and I have potatoes in here as well. And most of the brassicas, well, all of the brassicas that are in here are regrown. So these are my potatoes, and again I have volunteer pumpkins coming up. So these are regrown cabbages, different types of cabbage. I don't know what this type is. I believe this one is a flathead, and there are multiple suckers on here. And this is not regrown though. This is my this is my Chinese cabbage, and it's looking so awesome. I started that one from seed. These are my pak choi, and these were started from seeds, but I had them indoors for quite a while. I brought them out here. They should have been harvested a long time ago, but they got stunted because of those aphids that I had in my indoor garden. So they have bolted, and I'm just gonna keep them. They didn't show any sign of the mosaic virus, which is why I still keep them. But I'm not going to be planting those seeds just in case they have the mosaic virus, but I'm going to be using it for smoothies. I like my brassica beds mostly because I don't have to water them, because it rains so often here, so there's no need for me to water the beds. Some of them, the beds that are covered with plastic, do need to be watered. This one it has a screen on it so that it can get water, but the screen is only in the center along the full length of the bed, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, if it is going to be able to water the bed. The bed is only 2 feet wide though, so I believe the rain should be able to moisten it. So here we go. This is my second brassica bed, and I am pleased with how it is doing. Everything that is in here started from seed. I see volunteer potato there, volunteer pumpkin there, or squash, not sure what it is, but look at my carrots. And over there I have my scallion, red Apache scallion. These are my lettuces, and they are looking quite nice. This is my spinach. Now there are only a few plants in here that I did not start from seed. So this, that one, and the tiny little one, let's see, right there. These are beets that I purchased, and I plant the top. I want the foliage from it. Beets don't seem to do well in my garden. Well, I've never grown beets in this region, so I don't quite know. Now look at this, guys. This is supposed to be, what is it called? I don't think these are romaine lettuce. I believe these were supposed to be red radicchio, but when I purchased the pack of seeds in Saskatoon and I planted them, I got a long plant, a very tall plant that I don't know what that was, but obviously a vegetable, and it had beautiful flowers, but it definitely isn't red radicchio. And then I have my kales. I don't have a lot of them because we don't really eat a lot of kales, but I am growing them anyway because I use them in my smoothie. Over there is a red radicchio that I am trying to regrow because I saw it in the store, and I figure it's the first time I'm seeing it in the store as far as I can recall, so I figured maybe I could try to grow it for the seeds, since as I cannot find the seeds anywhere else. Okay, and that brings us to the final bed. And in here I have long sweet peppers, I have sweet potatoes. These are not doing so well. Well, they're picking up now. They were dying because I took too long to transplant them, so they were dying, but obviously they're picking up. Most of my sweet peppers died. Not sweet peppers, sweet potatoes. I have a few tomatoes this year because of the mosaic virus. This one is producing. So I only have what, 5 tomato plants, and I was supposed to have something like 25 plants, but anyway, this is what's left. Okay, good. That sweet potato is picking up too. Those tomatoes over there are looking so good. And my peppers, they are flowering. Now I have a, what is it called? Calamandin? Mandarin or orange or whatever they call it. I purchased this from the same store that I got the oregano and basil that had the aphids on it, but I purchased these very early. I think I got these in March. They were producing at that point in time. So now I brought it out here. I'm going to be up potting it to a large pot, and I'm going to be keeping it in here because I want to have it when I move to my permanent home so that I can grow it indoors permanently. I'm going to be creating a greenhouse just for tropical fruits, tropical fruit trees, to see how they turn out. So this is just an experiment, but yes, I'm so excited. My beds are finally planted up. There are just a few things that I need to plant up now. So that is the tour of my garden. Let's see if I can give you a better view of the garden in its entirety. So I'm going to be putting a piece of board on the end of the plastic here to keep the weight, as a way to keep the plastic down. Both ends of this bed can be lifted up, so I have to put boards on both ends. It's going to be the same for the corn, that way I can access the bed from both sides. Okay, so let's see. Those are 3 beds right there, the 4th bed there, the 5th bed there, and the 6th bed there. Now the first bed that I built and the second bed that I built, that are not brassica beds, they were not built with that opening in it. So I'm going to have to make some adjustment to that so it can have the opening so that they can self-water. And I'm going to have to do the same thing to this bed. But anyway, I am excited. My garden is finally planted up. So thank you guys for watching, and if you would like to see how my garden turned out, since as it's the first time I'm going to have a garden here in Prince Rupert, and these are all brand new beds. Let's see what the weather is gonna be like for them. Now I keep mentioning that temperatures are like 15 degrees average. Sometimes the temperatures go up to the low 20s, 21, 22, maybe 25. I've heard that maybe once or twice it went up into the 30s, but the only difference is, even though it is 15 degrees, it is quite hot because this is a rainy area, so it is always humid. As you can see on the ground there, my beds are pretty much in water. Yeah, so it is always moist and humid. Now guys, I have something to show you. Look at the beautiful sunset. I wish I could take a walk down to the sea so that I could show you the sunset on the sea, but the shrubs have grown too tall and some of them can be dangerous. They can burn your skin, so I don't want to take that chance of traveling through it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. Yeah man, time to grow.